Hello. Hello everybody, Andy863 here. I hope that you had a good Christmas. My Christmas, compared to other years, was actually pretty good this year, I'd say. Quite simplistic, but I really enjoyed it nonetheless. This time of year was relatively tricky. My granddad passed away in the end of summer, but for the last 2 years or so I'd been making really good relationships with various people, and I've had a lot of support through this and during my birthday and Christmas as well, and that's really helped to make me feel really happy. And yes, I've definitely enjoyed my time. Something that I did leading up to Christmas, I actually wrote a load of Christmas cards to everybody with some sentimental messages inside them. A lot of people just seem really heartwarmed by the gesture that I gave them a card in general. One of the things that I decided to do was, while I was travelling in for my last session of the year to the studio, I decided to write a card while on the train to the cafe at the station that I usually stop at. And it was quite a random thing that I chose to do, but it was one that seemed to make the cashier's day when I did so, and by making her day, I guess I made my own as well. So Christmas Day itself was quite interesting. There were a few Mario Kart Wii related things that happened. Most notable was Mr. Bean's release video of the 24-player stuff, which I've seen him working on quite a lot over the last month or so on Twitch, programming everything. So it's nice to see something physical that he's been able to make, and that's nearly ready to be released to the public, I guess, in the next year or so. On a more personal note, I actually received a comment on one of my most recent MC3 uploads from Tyler, who used to have the world record there. And it wasn't something very big, it was something quite simple, like good job or well done or something. And I've spoken to Tyler once or twice earlier this year already. But it just kind of gave a weird yet pleasant sort of thought in my head, because I kind of used to idolise him and Lewis back when I first started playing the track, and it's just kind of weird that I had to have that interaction, I guess. I sent a lot of messages to people. I think it's kind of the same folk that I chose to send the cards to. And I reached out to them and just said Merry Christmas or something on the day, and that was kind of nice. And I also saw like posts from people who are quite popular on Instagram and Twitter and things, which for some reason worked the same way for me as exchanging messages, just seeing those posts. Presents, I don't usually ask for very much anymore, so I didn't get given something very specific, except for a stereo, which I have set up just over here behind my iMac, kind of crammed in on the small desk that I work from. My parents just decided to present me with it, and I didn't ask for it or was expecting it or anything, so I don't really know. I don't feel like I deserve it. But nevertheless, I have it, and it's really good, and I'm very thankful for it. I often receive things like CDs and jumpers for Christmas, and that was kind of the only thing that I was expecting, but I received neither of those, which was interesting. So for dinner, we went round to my aunt's house. We usually swap between my house and theirs each Christmas, and this year it was our turn to go around there. we usually play something like some video games on the Switch or the Wii U with my sister and my cousins, but this year we didn't do that, even though we did take things just in case we wanted to play. Instead, most of this time, I actually sat down with my cousin Sammy, who's visiting from uni, and we just messed around with a load of audio stuff on Audacity and just made really stupid things and were laughing about it. And I really valued that time. As ridiculous as it was, I really valued it, and I'm sure my cousin did too, so it was pleasant to have that, definitely. But yeah, that was my Christmas. And without further ado, I think it's time to talk about today. So the day following Christmas in the year 2010 was the year that I created my YouTube channel, and as some people are aware, that was 9 years ago now. And it's quite weird to me to think, because I know that there's a relatively decent amount of people that actually watch my videos who are younger than the channel itself, and that thought crosses my mind a lot more than I'm willing to admit, and it's very bizarre, to say the least. It's not too difficult to see that I've kind of gradually lost passion in recording videos and gaming things. So my last two Let's Plays, Odyssey and Go Vacation, I believe, were kind of just partly cared for, I want to say. But at the same time, I would also say they were a lot better than the previous Let's Play sort of things that I actually tried to make good. But yeah, my channel this year has kind of been relatively quiet. This is the second video this year that I actually show myself in person on a video. The first being a random live stream highlight where I was showing off one of my rabbits on stream. But yeah, uploads to the channel have kind of become more centered around Mario Kart Wii, and specifically just like little MC3 clips and stuff and such. I did upload a bunch of Wii Party videos, but I personally don't think they were very good or did very well. Things have kind of quietened down on my channel, and it's the same said for the team channel and for my Twitch and for my community, like on Discord and just generally. And honestly, that's just because of other priorities, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people, a lot of uploaders on Team 863 and just a load of my friends in general can kind of sympathise with me on this one, that real life is taking effect on us all, and you don't have time to prioritise recordings and things. Playing Mario Kart Wii by myself, or just, you know, doing basic simple recordings of stuff like that is a lot easier, and quite frankly, if you don't have the motivation to just record commentary videos or things like this, then that's kind of what you just end up doing. So yeah, I don't see myself taking on doing YouTube or streaming or anything for very much longer, but I have also been in that mindset for the last 4 or 5 years, and I'm still going now, so honestly, you never know what's going to happen, and I never want to try and say what's going to happen, because almost always it's wrong. But I am starting to take more steps into the direction of prioritising my music over just recording video games and stuff, and so the next year or so might be the final few years that I record here and stuff. But we'll see. You never know. And that's just how it feels at the moment. But for now, 9 years is a very significant chunk of my life, and this has definitely scoped my personality. It feels like I change almost every year now. And as much as I hate change, I like that. And that's good enough for me. So I thank you everyone for all your support. I was gonna do like special mentions at the end of this video for people who have really been there for me, but this year alone, a lot of people have gone out of their way to be like that, and so there's so many that I feel like it's just better to thank everyone as a whole, and that way everybody's kind of on the same playing field as well, and that's probably more preferable, I'd say. So thank you everybody, much love as always, and yeah, looking forward to whatever is to come in the future. Next year will be the big 1-0, so hooray. Alright, take care. I'm going now.